Hi everyone, we're here in the Cebu Landmasters Investors Briefing for those that want to learn more about what's happening in the company, where the funds are going. So I had the chance to talk to the CEO of the company, and here are the things that I like about Cebu Landmasters. Number one, the IPO proceeds would go to growth, meaning they're going to expand, that they're going to use whatever they would get from the IPO to grow the company, expand, and build more condominiums and other projects as well. Second thing, it's right smack in the middle of the growth story of the Philippines. You all know what's happening in the Visayas and the Mindanao area, that there's more money coming into that region. So more people, more development in that area, Cebu Landmasters will be part of it. Number three, more disposable income coming from OFW remittances, coming from the BPO industry would be the catalyst for more and more people to actually take part and invest in property and go with Cebu Landmasters as well. And I guess lastly, we have a very low interest rate environment. Low interest rate environment would cause more people to actually take out more risk, buy more condominiums, and actually take out loans for it. If you want to hear more about what I talked about with the CEO of Cebu Landmasters, watch this full video. Hi everyone, we're here for another investor insights for one of the up-and-coming IPOs. As what I always tell you, your goal as an investor is to study and know what's happening in the company, so you don't just rely on hyper speculation. So I'm very excited because we're here with Mr. Joe Soberano, the heart and soul, the brains behind Cebu Landmasters, and we're gonna tickle his brain and talk about more about the company as well. So on behalf of StockSmarts, hello, Mr. Soberano.
Hi Marvin, glad to be here and share hopefully something that your viewers or your friends will be able to learn.
What do you guys do? What are you engaged in? And then what are the things that people should expect in this coming IPO as well?
Well, we started of course very small with only 2 employees. Wow. And then we're now about 180 people strong, but we're still very lean and mean. We're run by professionals. It's a family corporation. My wife is very much involved, and my 3 children are already on board. 3 of the 4, the 4th is still in college. And we started with just horizontal development, graduated to verticals. When I had the opportunity to buy a lot in Cebu IT Park, okay, which were
that's a very nice
one of my 2 projects with Ayala, and this was a property offered to me, so I was very glad that I was given that opportunity. So I put up the first residential condo in Cebu IT Park. So when things went well for that, I developed more projects. In fact, went to offices, went to mixed use, touch on the hospitality, and more house and lot packages, economic, socialized, middle income market. So in short, I'm able to diversify and doing just one product development. I was handling already multiple projects. Okay. So that's how we grew. The idea was to purchase a property immediately with the intent of developing it as fast as we can, in the best quality possible, on the timetable that we've set, build up the confidence in the market and even to our creditors, the bankers. So when it's done and turned over, we move to the next project. And that's how we grew. In the span of 12-13 years, this is where we are. And that's why I'm going public, because I want to share this growth. I feel that there is going to be something of the shareholders' value that I can bring to the table. And I also feel that what we have been practicing for the past 12-13 years in terms of good governance and transparency is something that we have been able to exercise and can be made good use when we are now going to be a publicly listed company.
What I normally tell people when an IPO would come out is to look for where the proceeds are going. I believe this will be around 3+ billion IPO.
About 2.9.
Okay, 2.9.
Based on 5 pesos.
Okay, based on 5 pesos. Yeah. Okay. So based on 2.9 billion, can you at least share to our viewers what would be where would the proceeds go?
Well, of that amount, the primary offering will generate for the company, something like 2.5, somewhere there, no? And I'm mistaken, no? It's about 2.1 million. And the idea here is really expansion.
Okay.
That's why we're here, because we are using this this new funding from the new issues that we're putting in the market for really closing out deals on land acquisitions that we have already forged with various sellers and joint venture partners. So this will trigger the development of these assets that we have already identified by using these proceeds and paying off the balances.
Okay. So it's really a pure expansion and growth story.
It's all about growth.
Paying debts and all.
And when we were just in Cebu for the past 8, 9 years, we're now in Cagayan de Oro, we're now in Davao, and we have positioned in Dumaguete, Bacolod, and Iloilo. Okay. And our eyes are also set in property development in Bohol. So all of this geographic expansion is really with our move to hopefully become the premier homegrown developer in Visayas and Mindanao regions.
Which this is interesting, which leads me to my next question. Before this interview also, I asked a lot of people in social media if they had any questions, and one of the questions that would always pop out: what differentiates you from Ali, Meg, or Fininvest, which is also exposed to the Visayas and Mindanao area as well?
Well, clearly the obvious differentiation is really our size. we're the smaller guys, we're the new kid on the block, and those are the companies that I look up to.
Okay.
But again, as a homegrown developer, we've managed to be diversified, and focusing basically on BISMIN. I think that's a rarity in the sense that you don't have that many, as I know, real estate companies or developers who are focused very much on BISMIN. And for the reason that we feel that that is our inherent advantage. That's the area that we are very familiar with. We're very confident in managing it, projects there. And we know the market in a way, and to a large extent the people that are around the areas that we will have presence in know also Cebu Landmasters.
And I think that's a very, very good story also, because a lot of the property development companies start from Metro Manila, then they go out. You are a homegrown Visayan company who started in Cebu, and then you're branching out to other areas.
That's right. And we just feel that there is so much potential in Visayas and Mindanao. Manila is good, of course. A lot of things have gone well there, but in key cities, we call the emerging cities, the growth cities in Visayas Mindanao. I feel it's not a saturated market, especially on urbanized areas where there's so much room for growth, and we feel that there has to be a developer that should focus there and put all their energies there. It's going to be a very challenging thing for a developer like us to be there, because that's where we are familiar with. For example, what I know is that about 30% of the OFW remittances comes from the Visayas and Mindanao area.
Interesting.
Yeah, and there's so much positive in BISMIN. Naman the trust of this Duterte economics, the administration pushing on infrastructure. He's from Davao, from Mindanao, but the roots is from Danao, Cebu. So meron yung Visayan si president, So we will be happy to be part of that growth, in infrastructure, where what could benefit really are developments from private developers like us.
Will you be following the model also of what other companies are doing that they, since you mentioned the IT park, a lot of them are building around areas where there could be BPOs or call centers close to it as well?
Yeah, I think the idea is to create a development that will now spruce or encourage or incentivize these locators to come in.
Okay.
You know, and that's one of the projects that I am also eyeing at, that you would be able to identify in key cities like Davao, for example, which is very ripe for that. That you will have a good-sized area which you can transform into an IT park. And that's where you will now be encouraging BPO locators. Because what you need to do is really come up with a development, with a master plan that would encourage the locators to be there, because it has all the amenities and the facilities of a real IT park.
Okay.
And this is a combination of having the best available buildings or locators to be operating there, and the amenities like retail, having good restaurant facility, so that for all these workers, BPO workers who will be taking a break, they have a place to go and enjoy before going back again for their work.
That's very nice because that's where the growth is, and I believe that it's a very young population who has a lot of spending power as well.
Yeah,
With
the millennials.
the millennials, yeah.
It's really it's a potent source.
And I think we have an average of 23.6 median age, so that's a very large, very large gap pa until they hit 60, that they have a large spending power as well. I was reading your prospectus, and I saw that from 2014, 2015, 2016, your net income moved from around like 400 million, 500 billion, then it ended around 700 plus million for 2016. It's around 20+% growth. Well, my question is, what will make this sustainable, and what do you think will be key drivers for this growth to continue as well?
Exactly why we are in this move to become a public company. We are in expansion mode, and this is driven by the build-up of our organization and our capabilities to handle more projects, penetrating Visayas and Mindanao, as I mentioned. So this growth will continue definitely. We are confident about delivering our growth, in delivering shareholders value, and this is because we have already identified a lot of these prospective and pipeline projects in the next 3 to 5 years.
Okay.
And what will come in between that are going to be more acquisitions, more expansion. And the beauty about where we are right now is we are very flexible in terms of developing projects that is suitable to the area that gives us that opportunity.
Okay.
We have been in the broad spectrum of doing diversified projects, from mixed use to hotels to purely BPOs, and it could be even townships for that matter, and industrial estates. So these are the things that we are putting on the table in terms of what we can do, and there's a horizon of opportunity that awaits us in Bismin. So that kind of growth will sustain, and we have prepared our organization for that. Even my second generation is already on board.
You're very young.
Well, I will still be there. I'm 61 years old now. I'll still be there to guide them, but they will continue with these things and make things even bigger, continue with that growth, and we're very confident about that.
All right. Given growth now, is there still room for dividends? That since a majority of the funds will go to expansion, can investors expect dividends also in the next years?
Well, if you look at our prospectus, we have been a regular dividend payer.
Okay.
But you might think it's subserving because we're the only stockholders then. But I guess that that practice will continue. After all, we own 65% still of this public company, no, that will happen. But we are also saying that it will have to depend on certain things, because as a growing company, we need to be mindful also of the long-term prospects. It's also good to think about where we stand in terms of our liquidity, on the available cash that we have, or even the matter of having to plow in a certain figure back to operations, so it can also propel more growth for the company. So it's going to be a lot of balancing, but definitely, without stating a particular figure, dividends are going to be part of the story of what will make Cebu Landmasters a pretty good investment.
Okay, just two more questions before we wrap this up. Now, what makes the economic landscape different now than what it was 10 or 20 years ago? What's exciting about the Philippines that for Filipinos kasi the common thing for Filipinos is, I don't want to invest because it's scary, or I don't know what's happening to the economy. But what's so different right now in the Philippines that Filipinos should actually take a look at investing, not just in real estate, but actually look at the stock market itself?
Asking particularly on the young market, no, not necessarily general.
General, yeah.
Okay.
Because they just recorded now that there's yung number of amount, the amount that we have in banks right now is at its highest ever. But those who are investing, be it insurance, real estate, and the stock market.
I guess one thing that differentiates 20 years ago and how it is now in terms of encouraging the investment appetite would be interest rate. Never in the history of our economy has interest rates gone this low, let's say for the past 3 to 5 years. And the alternative to that should really be more mindful in investing in the stock market, because there are very good stocks available now, and you have to consider the growth that the country is experiencing. We are now considered an emerging economy, the second strongest in Asia in terms of growth rates. In fact, the reading this year is still a strong 7.5% to 7% growth rate, which is still a very impressive number. So to take advantage of that is something that we should tell our investors, hey, rather than putting your money in the bank, which is really very liquid now, take advantage of the stock market. There are definitely good equities out there waiting for you.
Alright. So for those who actually want to start businesses as well, what's your tip for our aspiring entrepreneurs or people that probably want to be like you? Because after this, people will look up to you na rin whenever companies list in the stock market, they become, I guess, heroes for people who are starting out. So any advice for all of them?
Well, it did not exactly turn out like this overnight for me. I do not want to even say that I'm already out there, no, or have already tasted a sweet success. No, it continues to be something you want to aspire for, facing more challenges. But I started with so many things that I'd like to do, and also failed. But it's not something that stopped me from doing. You have to put always that entrepreneurial skills in your mindset. No, you just cannot say to yourself that, hey, I'm gonna be working for this company and forget what are the options available. You need to try it out, because there must be something out there that your skills can fit in, that you have some kind of comparative advantage over the rest, that will put you a certain pedestal, that can really make you come up, with your best. So this thing about businesses is only a matter of putting that effort, and never to be discouraged if there will be some pitfall somewhere. because they can be overcome with your perseverance, and of course the way how you have to handle things clearly. You have to look at yourself as another smaller public company. You have to exercise the good governance, transparency, fairness with your people, and all those elements that should make your company grow.
Alright, so you guys heard it. As what I always say whenever there's a company coming out, your goal as an investor is to study and know the company well. And I hope this short session with Mr. Soberano gave you at least a glimpse of what the company is, so you make a holistic decision when it comes to investing. So I'm excited for you guys. Congratulations for listing in the market, and kayo rin, try to study more and try to invest with confidence as well. So congratulations, and catch Cebu Landmasters soon in the PSE.
Thank you.